This story was sent to me by Black Phoenix. Shout out to you for sending it to me. And this story is coming out of Volusia County, Florida, where you have this man whose name is Todd Powers. He is 46 years old, and he has been charged with attempted murder for shooting his daughter's ex-boyfriend after they got into an altercation. Let's get into it. A Deltona man was arrested Thursday morning accused of shooting his daughter's ex-boyfriend after they got into an argument. 46-year-old Todd Powers faces a charge of second-degree attempted murder. Deputies say the victim, identified only as a 23-year-old man from Dayton, went to visit Powers' daughter at their home on Waterman Street because the two were still friendly. According to the sheriff's office, Powers and his son met the victim in the driveway and they began to argue. The brother told deputies the argument escalated to a physical fight when the victim punched him first, and they ended up fighting on the ground in the driveway. According to the sheriff's office, the brother claimed the fight ended and he went back in the home, but his father stayed outside. He said he heard gunshots soon after, then a short pause followed by more gunshots. Deputies responded to the scene around 9:30 a.m. and found the victim in the driveway with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to the hospital where he remains in critical condition. According to the sheriff's office, gunfire could still be heard on the 911 call reporting the shooting, followed by a man heard yelling, "I don't know what he thought he was going to happen." I don't know what he thought was going to happen. After interviewing witnesses and all the people involved, detectives determined that Powers shot at the unarmed victim multiple times over several minutes, while Powers himself was not threatened. In addition to attempted murder, Powers was charged with being a convicted felon, in possession of a weapon or ammunition, discharging a firearm in public, in violation of probation from a prior drug possession charge. He's being held in the Volusia County Jail on a total of a $126,000 bond. Now, I'm going to be honest. Going into this story, I'm thinking that the father is defending his daughter against the ex because of something that he most likely did. But nothing in this story is alluding to the fact that the ex was doing anything bad to the daughter, because it said that even though they were broken up, they were still being friendly. So my thought of this is either one or two things. One, the ex was doing something to the daughter and maybe she was forgiving, or she forgave him for it or whatever, and the father and the brother was not feeling it. Or two, that it really wasn't nothing bad going on with her, with the ex and the daughter, and they just broke up because maybe it just didn't work out and they just wanted to remain friends. And the father and the son maybe had some kind of animosity towards the boyfriend. But I'm gonna let y'all decide that one. Do you think the first scenario that I gave is the real one, or do you think the second scenario that I gave is the real one, or do you have a scenario for yourself when it comes to this particular situation? But as for the dad, he actually put himself in a very bad spot considering all the extracurricular charges that he has attached to his name on top of the one that he has right now, because this second degree attempted murder charge is not good. Now, here's the thing. They said him and his son, who was the brother to the young lady that the ex was coming to see, they said they stopped him right there in the driveway, and then they got into an argument and it got physical and they all started fighting. But they said that the brother ended up leaving the fight because he thought the fight might have been over, and he went in the house, but the father stayed outside, and then that's when the shooting occurred. And then they said that the father shot the ex multiple times, which means he was shooting to kill. Multiple gunshot wounds. They didn't specify how many, but it was more than one. And the fact that it said a second degree attempted murder, that just shows you right there he was trying to kill the ex for whatever reason. So this is making the father, this is painting him in a bad light right now. Like, it's painting him in a very bad corner, because now they're going to ask, what was your motive to do what you did? Like, did you have some ill will towards the ex? Like, was he beating on her? Was you defending your daughter's honor? What was it? Because based on what I'm reading, it's none of those. It just sounds like to me you just had ill will towards the ex, or whatever the case may be. Like, you probably just didn't like the guy. But that's not enough just to kill him, especially when he was of no threat to you. Because the article doesn't specify that the ex had a weapon, whether it was a firearm or a knife or anything like that. The person who had the weapon was this guy, the dad, in the picture. I want to say that there has to be more to the story, because it's like, why would he just pop off like that on the ex? Like, what did this ex do that was so bad that you had to go off like that? But like I said, on the flip side, it's not looking good, because it says he's charged with being a convicted felon in possession of a weapon and ammunition, which means he's had priors, as well as being on violating his probation from a drug charge. So like I said, that's why I said it's not looking good for him. If he didn't have any of that, then they probably would be a little bit more lenient on him. But now he has the biggest charge attached to him, which is that 2nd-degree attempted murder. Like, he's looking at some serious jail time right here. And if the ex-boyfriend to his daughter makes, a full recovery, he's going to definitely testify against him. And he's most likely going to be paying a hefty fine that's going to most likely go towards the medical expenses of the ex. So, yeah, that's pretty much where I am with it when it comes to this story. But like I said, keep in mind the scenarios that I gave in the beginning, and I'm going to give them again here. 1, do you think that the ex might have been doing something to the daughter, and the father and the brother just confronted him? But like I said, I kind of find that hard to believe, because they said the daughter was still being friendly with him. I don't want to believe that. But then, some people out here will welcome an ex with open arms who did them bad. Or 2, do you think that there was nothing going on and the father just doesn't like the ex? If that's the case, if that's that second scenario, yeah, he's going down for quite some time. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. If you are new, make sure you hit that bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live.